Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 16 minutes past 10 on Sunday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. Bit later than I had planned, but when you're away for a week and when you go out walking the dog, you meet people and any news is the first question. But I had known you well. I told them a few stories, all right. No lies. Bent the truth a little bit to suit some of them, just for the crack. My neighbours, I was in with them as well for a few minutes, and in with some family on the route as well. Missed out on a lot of stuff the last few days, football and stuff around here. But choices have to be made in life, as they say. Had a great night's sleep last night and didn't get up at about 10 o'clock this morning. Went to Sligo to the races, pitched out of the heavens on the way, and I was just in, lucky enough, before she let it rightly down. A few of those coming in after me got soaked. Big crowd, and when the sunshine came out, it was a great day, great family day. Great to see so many young couples with young kids under 10, buggies aplenty, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. There was queues at the ice cream van, queue at the chip van, and all inside was full as well, the bars and the restaurant. Met a good few people. Lorcan Egan and the family, Damien Murray and the family was there. Damien Murray, the son, I'd say he was only about 8 or 9. He had a fiver at 4-1 on Paul Flynn's horse that won. We were on Pont Audimer in that race. Ground went against him. There wasn't a shilling. He went out to 6-1. When you see Gavin Cromwell's drifting out to 6s from 3s, it's a and there was money for Paul Flynn's, and beware, there was big money for it the last time too. It was pulled up, but I think the ground was unsuitable, too firm, and the dropper unsuited him today, scooted in. So that young lad had a great day altogether. He was delighted. He was advised by Mark from Boyle to go to the post office for saving stamps tomorrow. He said he used to do it when he was young, but he'd go the following day and take it out again. I thought sort of a banker he'd make. Michael McDermott and the wife from Ballinameen, they had a good pull on Red Ball of Fire. The biggest cheer of the day, and the biggest cheer I ever heard in a long time, when that's a local horse. Everybody was on it. And yes, it wasn't favourite. It was returned 3-1. I didn't see any 3-1. There was 7-2 available all over. Actually, the 5 horse, I think, went favourite at 130 on the board. So I don't know where the 3-1 return came out of. That was a good winner for us, first bet of the day. So it's always good to get bookies' money to be, besides going to the hole of the wall or to the back pocket or to the reserve. And then we had Open Mind. 7 furlongs was too fair. Over 6, it had won. He went 1-3 in running as well, but he died in the last 50 yards. But each way money was covered. Philly Regan from Ballyshannon. The Ballyshannon books was there today. David McCadden wasn't there. I think he was milking or something, they were saying, or out walking a dog. He was busy anyway. But they were subsidised by Max Bear in Ballyshannon. Pays for the bus every year. So they must be good customers. They must be drinking more than orange juice. And Doherty's Bookmakers throws in a few quid as well. Now, I hope that Doherty's Bookmakers, that you have them claimed by this time 12 months, that they won't be able to afford that trip, that you'll be able to afford it yourselves. Only joking. I'll be up in Ballyshannon. Hopefully in August I might call into that establishment. Met Jerry Gormley from the corner bear. He gave me in Ballymote. He gave me a guy's number, Tricky McMullen. No, Tricky Mullen. I was chatting on the phone there a while ago, getting information from London for transport. He advised me to get on to TFL, Traffic for London. I wouldn't have thought of it, but and then we met 3 Sligo lads. Dylan left a message the other day, but he hadn't his name, whatever it was. It was him that was asking was I going to the races, and I replied I probably would. So he's the Shrewdy. He was in the Shrudy's corner. That's where I met them. And his buddy Kieran. Kieran was the best dressed man nearly there today. He said he bought the suit on winnings he won on Flame Bearer in Punchestown. He filled the wheelbarrow that day, he said. No, he said he hadn't a big wheelbarrow, but he said he did fill it. And their buddy with them as well, Burkey. Burkey, they reckon, has no clue at all that the only thing he knows about a horse is to back one in under a cart. So I advised him maybe to head for Killarney down there and be a Jarvey. So he said he'd send on his CV tomorrow. Good crack, them three lads. I'll probably bump into them again in time. Met Pat. He's a retired guard. He's a great character altogether. He's a Mayo man, but he used to be a guard in Boyle or in Sligo. But he doesn't watch the channel, but he gets up to date every day with a phone call from his buddy in Waterford that I met in Gordon Park. I think they met 35 years ago in a B&B in Ballybunion when they were down for the Listowel races, if my memory serves me right. And up to date on the trip to London, flying out of Knock at 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, arriving in to Gatwick, 10 to 10. I booked a hotel there a couple hours ago in Gravesend, the Royal Clarendon, one or the other, tomato, a hotel, and I think it could be about 8 miles from where Terry is. I'll suss it out now in a bit. So I was chatting to that lad in London, and he told me don't take a taxi, get an Uber, and probably get a train into town, into Victoria, and a train out. So I'll check that out, or a bus or something anyway. I was going to hire a car, but I won't bother, because if you hire a car and you were going to someplace during the night, you'd have to get a taxi home and then a taxi back the next morning as well, so it wouldn't make sense, because I intend to have a couple of 2 or 3 pints every night. I'd also, hopefully, I may be able to get to the Royal, the Royal Arthur, is it? Where a former Roscommon footballer, Mannions, I think it's up in Hackney, hopefully to get that. And I was talking to Henry Walsh there yesterday as well. He told me to try Windsor Castle or Buckingham Palace. So they were full up, otherwise I'd have got in, no bother. So anyway, Terry had a message from there a while ago. He's looking forward to it, and I have to meet the family for dinner one of the nights. He said his aunt does a very good coddle. So I'm looking forward to the trip, I must say. I did say ages ago, I don't know why I was doing this, but it's knitting together everything smoothly, I must say. So anyway, how did I do today? I made a few pounds, but not a lot. I did have a right cut at one each way in the last race to second. I thought coming around the turn in the second last, the turn for home, but I backed Red Ball of Fire all right. Pont Aldemore, I actually backed it at 6 to 1 each way. It wasn't placed. Backed Open Mind, but Queen Aminatu. I didn't see that race. I was talking to a few lads at the time, and I missed it, but I was told it was too far back. It ran on. I didn't have time to look at it yet. So anyway, we had a winner and a place, so not too bad. Let's see how we can do tomorrow. That is, oh yeah, that's Roscommon. Let's see, we'll go to Chepstow first, to Wales. Horse there, Tin Fandango. This is a 2 mile race. If you look, they're all getting the pension nearly, bar one. 8-year-old 8899776, and there's a 4-year-old in it, but not hectic since it came from France. I thought the one to be on was Tin Fandango, even though it's 8. It's rated 61. It has won 3 times in its life of 61, 60, and 63. But it was up there in the high 60s for a while, and when it won off 61, bet a decent horse that day, Russian Rumour, because I actually had backed Russian Rumour. That was last October. I think I might have tipped Russian Rumour that day. But the last day when we were on, Master Dream. Tin Fandango ran well enough, I thought, after that. Now, Master Dream is a better horse, I think, than these, and this is why I'm thinking tomorrow, if he runs to the way he ran this day, he should have a right chance in this race. 2 miles in Fosslas and 2 miles in Chepstow. You know, it's a long old pull to the finish, so it should sort of suit him if he shows us what he's capable of. Where are you gone? You want to be brighter tomorrow? We'll try him once more. Yes, we're going to get him this time, are we? Just not a whore. I think this is Dirty Petrol in it tonight. Someone said it's going slow. We're watching it lately. Well, one more time. Here we go. We got it. Third time looking. He's in the orangish bluish on the outside of the pack.
King Charles is also travelling nicely. Master Dream is all dressed up with nowhere to go at the moment, camped on the rail looking for a gap to appear. Down towards the closing stages they come, just over 2 furlongs left to travel, and it's Ocean Reach who continues to lead. Master Dream now has an out towards the rail. King Charles down the centre of the track. Jersey Gift is battling on. After that, Tin Fandango and Goodison Girl, but it's Master Dream for double seeking Stott, who hits the front. King Charles now looks the main danger in second. Master Dream and King Charles inside the final furlong now. Master Dream the far side, finding a bit more. King Charles tries, he can't get past. Master Dream has won it. King Charles was second, Tin Fandango was third. Fourth or so.
Damn right. He's in the irons again tomorrow. Hopefully he'll have him a bit forward, but he'll be running on, I'm hoping. So he's a 5-2 shot. 2-1 with elsewhere. I was looking at 365. That Zillion, he's a 9-year-old. Holly Oil, it'll be there or thereabouts, but I'm just hoping that that'll be the one. There's one in here. We missed the good money, but it might drift out again. Deputy. We backed this the last day. He opened up 11-2. Into 9-2 and then again to 7-2. He transferred yards there last October from Charlie Fellows to Michael Dodds. One off 70 and 73. And we tipped him the last day on the strength of his run previous to that. But in Doncaster the last day, he went off 9-4 favourite. I can't remember what price we got him at, but we got him higher than that. But he ran pretty decent, and it was only in the last 50 yards that he sort of ran out of juice.
Magnificence is weak.
That's him on the very right of the pack.
Looks well held. They're up towards the final furlong and a half. Deputy down the far side, just in front, being held together by Phil Dennis. But on the near side, here comes Mountbatten and Luke Morris. And Mountbatten has struck the front inside the final furlong from Deputy, who's rallying on the far side. Muntadab back in third place. Mountbatten and Deputy as they scrap it out in the closing stages. Mountbatten on the near side. And it's a poignant winner on Coronation Day as Mountbatten goes on to win.
So third run back after the layoff. I like that angle always, as people know. I had him marked down as a each way bet when he was 11-2 there earlier, but I have to put him as a win bet now, unless he drifts out maybe 9-2. If he was 9-2, the safety net, because we're paying 4 places. I was saying 11-2 is a grand each way bet. Class 5 race, carrying top, but he's a big enough old horse there. Good to soft in places. The ground should suit. And then there was a tricky little handicap race here. La Pulga, that didn't we back that before? Geremia was the last couple of times that ran, it was a bit unlucky because it won 3 runs back, got up at a mile 5, wasn't it? And it was too short the last time, but it got a bad old ride. He came from last to first, last to third behind Derry Ladd. He was last in Pontefract. By the time he won was a mile 5 when he bet Dundore off 80. He's up to, didn't he go up to 83. But a horse that done us a couple of turns last year, Alpine Stroll. is coming back. He's back off 76 now. He won for us last year, 65 and 73. He bet that Ponzelius that time, and that turned out to be a decent enough old horse. But he caught me eye again when he was second to Bashful Boy. Gave Bashful Boy a good run of it that day. We were on Bashful Boy. He's only back being neck. Bashful Boy has shown us the form. He won again for us the other day. But in Sandown the last day, are we back up the truck here? Back up the bus.
Order through the last mile or so, and as they make the turn in, Sea Appeal.
This was a mile 6.
He leads by a length and a half.
He's in third place in coming through the middle there now, and with the black cap.
Stroll in a pocket, he couldn't hold him in, and now Alpine Stroll has clear sailing towards the outside. Grandmaster Flash is trying to stay on. Al Nilam is also right there. Udaberry has a seam up against the inside rail, but with quite a bit to do. Hold of the Moon in a bit of a pocket. Now they've got about a furlong and a half to rate, and Alpine Stroll's lead is just over a length. Two in second, Al Nilam on the near side. Hold the Moon is in third. Arabiscato staying on into fourth. Deep inside the final furlong, and Al Nilam now comes alongside Alpine Stroll. Al Nilam has now just edged the lead. He's going on, and it's Al Nilam to win.
He just got outstayed at mile 6. This is back to a mile 5, and if the same tactics can be applied by Adrian Mullen, and that what do you call him? That bet him. He won again next time out. He won that off 70. No. What am I thinking of? Milton Harris. Lightly raised. Thought Alpine Stroll. Am I getting confused or what? Anyway. In Roscommon tomorrow evening, that's the way I was looking at them there. There was money there for a horse earlier. Don't Stop the Music. He opened up 5-2, I think. That's Sean Mulrine's horse. He'd be a local living in Ballymore Eustace in Kildare, but he's born only out the road from the racetrack. He was in that good maiden hurl in St. Stephen's Day. He was 8th in it, beating 27 lengths, but he ran pretty decent. Like there was big field. So it's interesting they're bringing him down to Roscommon tomorrow. Now, you would know they could be just giving a spin tomorrow with a view to Galway, to the maiden hurl, the first race of the day. There is a favourite, or a hot favourite there in it. He was second in Ballinrobe for Peter Fahey. If that maintains its strength in the market, like it might be, the handbrake like could be in the off position. Willie Mullins he'll win the bumper more than likely. He was even money earlier. 8-11 now. Cool Cherry. And the one I had there, a fella told me a while ago that he'd probably win this one with Williamstown Dancer. Anyone that likes two shorties, they could be a double. Although shorties don't win that often in Roscommon, you wouldn't have too many of them. But he has good form. Won a bumper first time out on good ground. It's good ground tomorrow. Went over then to Cheltenham for a list of bumper, Queen's Gamble. We were on that day. But it won Downpatrick. He sent it over as well to a bumper there in April into Aintree. So I think a bit of it. It's interesting to send him to Roscommon, so that could be the one. Bowmore was very impressive the last day, I thought, and the horse that was second, won in Sligo today, Dark Note, that was 9s earlier. It's into 9-2 now. Like, with 8 in it, would have been an each way bet at 9-1, but now it's gone out to, or it's in. Maybe anyone without the favourite, without Williamstown Dancer, 5-2. Yeah. Each way if it goes out to 5-1 without the favourite. Anyway, I'm waffling on. 25-11. It's time to get this in the oven. Chat soon. Bash the bookies. Oh, I intend to. I'll bring the old laptop with me, and I'll try and do a video beyond. I'll see there's a couple in the tracker for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll see. I have another fella on sort of standby to give me a hand if he spots something. Bash the bookies, over and out.